This has been pretty eye-opening for me because I have that alligator sense where I feel like I'm not always accepted. So I'm going to repeat that mantra today. I belong, I'm empowered. I'm going to do that. Bringing people and situations together with harmony. Hello, welcome back. We are continuing our dive through astrology 2 degrees at a time. We're taking a look at the insight, the truths, the symbolism, the psychological profiling of each of the degrees of the zodiac. Today we're on Aquarius Leo 22. Thanks so very much for being here. And I just want to share briefly that I hit the publish button last night between like 8:30 and 9 o'clock on Astrology Degree Companion, the name of my latest journal. So very excited about that. Just mentioning it today. The rollout will come a little bit later because it's going to take a little bit of time for it to get in the system with Amazon, but very pleased to have that project done. Without further ado, let's get into Leo 22. A carrier pigeon fulfilling its mission. A giant temple with many layers. It is in the shape of a mountain. A bird delivering a message to a man trapped in a high tower. A ring of violet fire protecting a man as it offers him inspiration. An alligator swims slowly through a swamp. The stone here is Violane, and both stones will be in the description if you'd like to take a closer look. Violane strengthens our immune system. It promotes overall health and well-being. It gives us a positive effect on the respiratory system, helps with asthma and allergies. It strengthens our connection between the heart and the throat, helps us communicate heartfelt emotions, gives us confidence when speaking in public. This is someone with a very large presence, the mountain, and the alligator could feel imposing as well. So one of the primary messages here is that you don't want to try to hide your light under a basket. You may feel exposed because you are. Everybody notices you. You have a power and a charisma about you. So one of the keys here is to repeat to yourself, I belong, I have power, I belong. So feeling empowered no matter what pond, quote unquote, you happen to be in. Whether it's your own backyard or you're anywhere else, you always seem to find a way to belong, but you need to have that mindset. If you feel like an outsider or an outcast, then you are. So know that you belong. You have power, you belong. Messages to answers we've been wanting. Leave a comment. Have you gotten any answers to questions you've had mulling about in your head? I certainly did. One came in the form of a dream, and the other out of the blue with my husband. He just happened to say, hey, did you know about this? And he had no idea that it was something that I had forgotten but needed to hear. So yeah, leave a comment. Did you get a happy message today? Something that you've been pondering, needed to know, a solution, all of a sudden there it is. So this degree can bring messages of hope. The carrier pigeon today has graduated from yesterday's dizzy chicken. If you want to know what I'm talking about, watch Leo 21. But here the carrier pigeon has been trained successfully, and he's bringing the messages where they need to go. What are you going to do with the information that you have? You want to share it with people. You want to do some good with it. So it's getting sparks of spiritual intelligence or universal intelligence and then finding a way to share it with others. So sharing messages. An ease of navigating. So messages finding a way through in unique ways. Not exactly the way you thought you might get them. So be open to receiving messages in different ways, and you might be surprised. It's bringing the message down from the mountain here. We get spiritual insight, and that's all fine and dandy, but what are you going to do with it? And so the ideal of this degree is to bring that higher knowledge into some kind of concrete form. share it, turn it into something, build something, do something constructive that serves others. So being more spiritually aligned on this degree, where we take our higher realities, we turn it into some kind of art, we share it with others or whatever. We take the higher learning and the messages from on high and we share them. Let's take a look at Aquarius 22. A rug placed on the floor of a nursery to allow children to play. A master healer is gradually restructuring someone's body. A woman making lace. Through a wormhole, a man views the movements of a vast, beautiful nebula. The stone here is Dumortierite. It increases self-discipline, self-reliance, self-control. It promotes patience and orderliness. It helps us notice patterns of addiction so we can take control of our lives. It promotes insight, aids memory, and it speaks to the throat and third eye chakra. So I'll start with my dream. I was in a mall, just walking by. It was one of those happy chances, and I happened in a store, sat down, and I'm not even sure why I was there. But while I was there, she said, "Hey, it's contest time," and she hands me a canvas, like something that you can paint on. But it felt very much like cloth, like a cotton canvas, something like that. And I immediately thought, oh, I'm going to paint lots of flowers in a vase. And I just got my paints out and I started drawing a border of black, and I was just painting it. And someone came over and sat next to me like, how does she have that? And I was just smiling, happy, painting on my border. And the lady handed her one, and she still was like, thought something was against her. So, two things that dream is telling me. Leave a comment, what's it telling to you? But basically, we're lucky when we think we are. We're lucky when we're happy. We're lucky when we just take advantage of the opportunities that come up. There is a specific degree where it's a woman planting rows and rows of flowers. It's really strong in my chart. And when I woke up, that's exactly what I think even at the time I was in the dream, I thought, this is what that degree is about for me. I'm just going to paint rows and rows of happy flowers in vases, however you say it. I usually say vase. Leave a comment, which way do you say it? Anyway, it was a happy dream. If I am thinking that I don't belong, thinking that there's always, everything is rigged against me, then it will be, and I'm going to be missing opportunities. So that was a happy dream. Did you have a dream about this degree? I'd love to hear it. Happy messages coming through dreams. A happy degree, I think. Being happy with what you have, whatever it is. Put your toys in the floor and play with them. Play today. Be happy today. And that can be sewing. It can be, forging iron. It's whatever you like to play with. One of the happy messages on this degree is to make little changes. If you do a little something every day, you're not trying to, eradicate a huge mountain in one day. No, then you're never going to start, you're never going to get there. But if you make a little change every day, it can lead to huge improvements just over a 1-month period. For instance, yesterday we decided that one of our wood pieces of furniture looked a little dry, looked a little thirsty. So we got the mineral oil out and we took everything off of it. It was just one table. It was one side table. It's a big table, but it's one side table. And together we took everything off of it. We rubbed the oil in. We rubbed the oil off. We're talking about how pretty it was. Just appreciated it. It was at most a 10-minute job. And that table is beautiful now. It's really gleaming. It was a small change, but it made a huge difference. And then this morning I was sitting in the kitchen having my coffee, And I thought, hey, I'm going to get that mineral oil and I'm going to do that same thing. I've got an island in there and the lower shelf looked a little sad. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to put that mineral oil on there. So it turned into a bigger thing. And of course, I'm going to be mineral oiling everything now. But it was one small change. Again, in the kitchen, I maybe spent tops 5 or so minutes. It made a huge difference. So if I keep it up, pretty soon I'll have everything looking pretty good around here. But it's making little changes every day makes a big difference. Tiny bites. One thing I want to point out is that both stones are blue. So we're talking about communication, but this is at a subtle level. This degree has an ability to arrange people, situations, deal with whatever it is they have in a very patient and respectful way. A master negotiator and a master planner with a lot of respect for everything that it deals with. It knows integrity. It knows what people want. When people talk with them, they listen and they respect that. And in doing so, there's cooperation. And so there is a huge give and take with this in an ability to pull a master plan together to make things more beautiful, to get to the end in a beautiful way. Like someone making lace. It's a delicate operation. It takes many steps. It takes an eye to the finish line. And it makes sense. This is a 22nd degree, a master builder. So this is someone who knows how to pull everything together in a beautiful way. A master weaver, a master communicator, a master negotiator. Very cunning, sensitive, an eye to beauty, an eye to the finish line. Refinement, refining what's there. Whatever it is, they refine it. The wormhole, interesting. Looking through a wormhole, you can see far off into the future, into another galaxy, and you see the beauty there. So this is somebody who can notice patterns and notice them where others maybe couldn't, but we all have this ability when the sun is shining here or when other planets are here. So a beautiful, beautiful degree. So being open to possibilities brings in happy messages, an openness to looking at our environment and making very small changes that are non-threatening with an eye to respecting everybody in the room can make huge strides. That's what I've got for you today. So thanks so much for being here. Give me a like if you're enjoying these, subscribe for more, and take care till next time.